Welcome to another episode of the Storm the Court podcast. I'm Zane Ellis, and I just finished watching the Miami Heat take down the Philadelphia 76ers, 117 to 105. Okay, I don't want to overreact, but I think we might just have a new under-the-radar player in the league, and that's Kel'el Ware. The dude dropped 19 points and snagged 17 boards. It's not just stats. It felt like he was everywhere, holding down the paint when the Heat desperately needed it. Going into this game, expectations were sky high for the Heat, especially considering they were on a playoff push and had already beaten the Sixers 3 times this season. Meanwhile, the 76ers were on a brutal 11-game losing streak. It felt like this was Miami's chance to pounce and maybe put a nail in Philadelphia's coffin, especially with significant lottery implications lurking if the Sixers couldn't turn it around. Now, let's dive into the game recap. The Heat started strong, taking a 33-24 lead after the first quarter. And honestly, it looked like they would run away with it. But then the 76ers pulled a bit of a run in the second, tying it up briefly. But Miami answered with a huge third quarter. They outscored Philly 31-30 in the third and shut them down in the fourth. It was impressive how Miami kept their foot on the gas. My emotions through the game were all over the place. At first, I was anxious, thinking, is this the night the 76ers finally snap out of it? But as the game progressed, confidence in the Heat grew, especially as their roles players stepped up. Now, let's talk studs and duds of the night. The stud has to be Duncan Robinson. The guy poured in 21 points on 7 of 8 shooting, including 5 triples. His shooting was scorching hot, which is exactly what Miami needs heading into the playoffs. But then we've got to point fingers at Tyler Hero. A solid 20 points, sure, but 7 turnovers? Ugh, that was a rough patch that had me shaking my head. Like, is he channeling his inner reckless teenager? And speaking of interesting narratives, big fact versus big cap? There's a lot of chatter right now about whether the Heat can genuinely compete in the playoffs. Look, it's real, folks. Given their recent form, and as they've dominated the 76ers this season, it feels like a classic case of underestimating a team that's quietly gearing up for a playoff run. But let's not forget, history shows that a squad riding a high can crumble in the playoff pressure. It's a different ballgame entirely. So, there you have it. Evidence pointing not just to how the Heat are priming themselves for the playoffs, but also how the Sixers are muddled in a mess of their own making. We'll be back soon with more.